Hey, everybody. Welcome to episode number 1840, 1840. And you know what that means? That means this is a 10th episode today where we will be talking about a topic of general interest. And that topic relates pretty well to the financial world today because we're talking about the investor mindset. What type of mindset do you need to be a successful investor? At the end of the day, it all comes down to our own psychology. We are battling our own psychology. That can be our best friend or our worst enemy when we are investing. So we're going to talk about that with our guest today, the author of Investor Mindset. But first, before we do that, I just got back from Dallas, had a great time, did two speaking engagements there, one for a big 180-person mastermind group, and then another for Mark Moss's group, and that is the Market Disruptors group. Had about 500 people at that event, and wow, what an awesome group of people. I had so many great conversations, and also our trainer for our wholesaling workshop, our small wholesaling workshop in Jacksonville, came out because he lives in Dallas. So we really spent a few days together and enrolled a few more people for our Jacksonville event. So that's going to be just super exciting. We're really looking forward to seeing you there for our Jacksonville mentoring event. If you can make it, I hope you can. It's 3 days where you'll spend with me, with our lead guy, Todd, who is arguably the best, longest running wholesaling trainer in the country. So we're gonna learn how to wholesale properties and just do a lot of great stuff. Look at some great deals. Do you know? I was talking to another wholesaler at one of the events I spoke at, and he said that the average wholesaling assignment fee is $25,000 nationwide for his group, and in some cities as high as $50,000 to $55,000. So I've wanted to sort of under promote this event, right? And say, hey, you can make $5,000, $10,000 on a deal, but you can really do a lot better than that. So be sure to join us for that. Go to jasonhartman.com/wholesale. It's scrolling at the bottom of the screen, that URL. But Elon Musk, well, obviously he's been in the news lately, but I want to talk to you about this story, which is fascinating. Now, as you know, one of my many, if I don't say so myself, brilliant strategies, yeah, well, hey, I'm not saying that. You say that. You told me that, is the refi till you die strategy, refi till you die. And Musk is out with a statement in Forbes saying, focus on the main mechanisms used to avoid taxes by pretending income doesn't exist. The article entitled, Don't Tax the Wealth of the Rich, Tax What They Borrow. Tax what they borrow. Well, Elon, now here's the thing, folks. I actually, from a philosophical and societal standpoint, I agree with Elon. I'm not saying specifically in terms of the mechanism, but look, the rich have all kinds of ways of getting around taxes. And look, it's not fair. But guess what? Life isn't fair. Imagine that. It's not fair at all. Lots of unfair things happen to me all the time. I'm sure they happen to you too all the time. Life isn't fair. No question about that. We all have grown up and we have realized that, right? Okay, fine. But you can agree philosophically with something, but then do that exact thing in your own life and take advantage of it. That does not make you a hypocrite. Okay. It does not make you a hypocrite. Now, sometimes things are very hypocritical. So, my refi till you die strategy is exactly what Elon is attacking here. He's saying this is the problem. Instead of making a wealth tax, look at the rich use financing because there's no tax on borrowed money. You've heard me explain the refi till you die strategy. It is a beautiful strategy. I use it. I've done it a zillion times. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay. But look, think about it. Is it really fair that that W-2 employee is working and paying a huge part of their wages in taxes when the rich can basically have no quote unquote income, right? I have very little income, but I have all kinds of assets with which I borrow money against, and I can use those to buy yachts, planes, second homes, all kinds of luxurious items, right? Uh, and so there's no tax on that. There's no tax on borrowed money, right? So it is a great deal. Should you take advantage of my refi to die strategy? Of course you should. It's an awesome strategy. But when there's this debate about the tax code and how to, tax people in a fair way and so forth, look, it's not fair. I agree. It's an unfair advantage. But you're not going to change the tax code. I'm not going to change the tax code. So I'm going to take advantage of the laws as they are, and you should too. So if you don't know about my refi till you die strategy, just go to jasonhartman.com and type refi till ya, Y-A, till you die, right? That's my trademark term, refi till you die. And so Elon was talking about that. But speaking of hypocrisy, and that's not really hypocritical because I actually agree with him philosophically. Um, Maybe not exactly how you do it. I don't know. There's always a million details, right? But speaking of hypocrisy, I want to share one other thing with you. So on Friday night in Dallas, one of my friends took about 8 of us to the Coldplay concert. It was awesome. Oh my gosh, what a great concert. I love concerts. I've been to a couple hundred of them for sure. I absolutely love concerts. And I'd say I'm a bit of a concert critic. I've been to so many of them. And this concert was phenomenal. I mean, Coldplay just killed it. It was excellent concert. But what amazes me, well, a couple things amaze me about this that I want to share with you because they have to do with life and real estate and public policy and all of this kind of stuff. Number one, talk about hypocrisy. Coldplay, look, you're just part of the typical sort of Hollywood celebrity-ish type environment. I get it. You guys don't know any better. So I love how the owner of an airline likes to pretend he's an environmentalist. These musicians, they're, celebrities, they're all environmentalists. For probably 20 minutes before the concert started, we got to watch videos on the big screens about saving the environment. And then they came on and talked about how their concert is a net, like what I don't know exactly what they said, but the gist of it was they were a net zero carbon concert. Bullshit. I cannot imagine that's true. I cannot imagine that's true. Let's just look at it. So there was a lot of traffic to get to the arena where the concert was. A lot of gasoline powered cars sitting there in idle mode as they waited in stop and go traffic, polluting, polluting, polluting. Now, could they have eliminated the traffic? Sure, they could have done lots of things. Hey, they could have had a smaller concert, right? But then that would mean less money, so they wouldn't want to do that. So they could have had a smaller concert, so there was easy parking, easy traffic. They took all of the here's when you ordered a bottle of water for like $7, ridiculous bottle of water, right? They took the Aquafina bottle of the plastic bottle of water, and plastic recycling is complete bullshit. It is a total scam. Recycling in general is pretty much a scam. There are parts of it that aren't, but mostly it's a scam. And they took these plastic bottles, single serving plastic bottles of Aquafina water, I think it was. They poured them into aluminum cups with no lid, so that while you're walking through the arena, you're spilling everywhere, right? First waste of water. And then they made this big announcement that they put the aluminum cup on the screen and said, these aluminum cups are so environmentally friendly, yada, yada, yada. And 75% of all aluminum that's ever been created is still in use today. What about all the plastic bottles you just wasted, Coldplay? I mean, it's just unbelievable. They claimed that there were some part in the arena, I never saw them, these exercise bikes that you could literally get on a bike and generate power to power the concert. Yeah, right. Um, they led us to believe that all of those amplifiers and all of these lights and this gorgeous light show was environmentally friendly. Not to mention the fireworks. There were lots of fireworks polluting the air, polluting the environment. I'm sure fireworks are not environmentally friendly at all. I mean, just folks, the depth of the hypocrisy is insane. It's insane. They would have been much better off just letting everybody have their water in their plastic bottle because they wouldn't have spilled it, even if they required you to not have the cap on it, right? Because a lot of times they do that because, whatever, safety purposes. But the cup was totally, everybody was spilling their water everywhere, right? So it's just absurd. And then they claimed that they had a kinetic floor that generated power. Now, folks, unless you've been to one of my events where we've had a band, you may not know this about me, but your host absolutely loves to dance. I love dancing. Not professional or trained, but when I have a drink, I'm pretty good at it. I've got some rhythm. And Harry Dent was there with us, and he was tearing it up dancing. Harry Dent's been on the show before, and Robert Breedlove was with us, and anyway, it was really fun. But they had these kinetic floors that captured energy from everybody dancing and thumping and jumping for the concert. Supposedly, I don't know. I don't even believe it. I think that was probably all. There's probably 2 exercise bikes in the arena of tens of thousands of people, and they claimed they were being environmentally friendly, and then a little portion of kinetic floor somewhere that actually worked. It's just, folks, this stuff is just it's such a lie. It's unbelievable. It just is. I'm calling them out. They can, hey, listen, someone representative of Coldplay, I love your music. You're awesome. You guys your music is phenomenal. But this just shows to go, you folks, that the artist, the people who do the arts usually have no fucking qualification to comment on political stuff, public policy, environment, et cetera, et cetera. It's just always hypocrisy, yeah. Anyway, that's enough of that. Okay, so Elon, that was really interesting. Good point. So construction costs experienced the largest spike since 1970. Now, last week I gave 2 big speeches at the Market Disruptors event, Mark Moss's event. I was on stage for 2 hours. I had one of the longest speaking slots, maybe the longest, of the entire conference. And we talked a lot about predictions in the future and, how we are heading into a recession. But does a recession mean lower real estate prices? Don't think that, folks. It does not necessarily mean that at all. Okay. There are many factors, many tailwinds still pushing rents and prices up. And look at this. If you're looking on the video, this chart shows you how in 1 year, the year-over-year increase in construction costs was 17.5%. Now, remember, whatever the hard construction costs are, the builder has to add a profit to that, right? So if their profit margin is, I don't know, 5%, 10%, just add more to that, to the ultimate price of that final delivered home. Folks, we got another good year or 2 ahead of us. Now, granted, if the Fed raises the rates to 10, 12%, all bets are off. But right now, it's looking like real estate's just going to keep going crazy because the housing shortage is here. It's legit. By the way, during my speech at Market Disruptors, I bursted the bubble of one of these YouTubers. I put some of his charts right on the screen, and I showed people how there are these leaps in logic being made when it comes to this Chicken Little sky is falling thing about the market. It's just simply not true, right? There are these big leaps in logic where they'll give you like 1 fact or 2 facts that are true, yet the conclusion is a complete fallacy because they have to make this giant leap in logic. And in this case, it was a leap through space-time. Do I sound like Einstein now? Space-time. The space-time continuum was the leap in logic that this person made in their YouTube video about the market and the housing shortage. This stuff is just drives me crazy. Okay, let's move on. So, contest winners for our $50 Amazon gift card. Who won this week? We got is it G in row? Is that it? YouTube comment. Jason is right. It would be a slow drip. According to Realty Track, the US average is 477 days to complete the foreclosure process. Anyway, that's a good comment. Thank you for the thoughtful comment. We pick these comments at random. Hey, edit that. We pick these comments at random with a piece of software that picks them. So this was really a good, thoughtful comment. So thank you for that. Claim your prize at jasonhartman.com/ask. And then on Apple Podcasts, we had a review from Alex Strath1, I guess that is, who said, realistic conversations. I've come across one of the most recent episodes with Lawrence Kotlikoff, and I love it. The Ukraine-Russia conflict has been a source of sadness for me ever since it began. Couldn't agree with you more, by the way, Alex. Anyway, great comment there. So go leave a review on Apple Podcasts or a comment on YouTube or both. And every week we give away $50 to 2 people, $50 Amazon gift card. Claim your gift card at jasonhartman.com/ask and we'll get that out to you. Last thing before we get to our guest, Jacksonville wholesaling workshop. Folks, this is going to be a great workshop. I think 2 people at the event last weekend enrolled instantly just because I mentioned it from stage. And this is just going to be an awesome time. We're going to spend 3 days together in Jacksonville, the 20th, 21st, and 22nd, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Go to jasonhartman.com/wholesale. That's jasonhartman.com/wholesale to learn more. If you want to understand how to source wholesale real estate nationwide in Jacksonville or any market around the country, even foreign countries. You can even do this in some foreign countries. It's really, really cool. And we're going to talk about virtual wholesaling, how to do faraway fix and flips, how to tap into private money to fund your deals, how to flip vacant land, infill lots, commercial properties, how to deal with small builders, select title companies, manage deal flow, systematize the process, develop a team of property scouts who can find deals for you, replace down payments, a 30-day action plan. There's just a bunch of great stuff. So really do not miss this Jacksonville event. This is going to be a good one. It's a very small, intimate group. We're going to jump in some rental cars. We're going to roam around. We're going to look at properties. We're going to be in the field. We're going to have classroom instruction. And we've got a nice venue for this event as well. Beautiful venue. So join us, jasonhartman.com/wholesale. Without further ado, let's get to our guest and let's talk about the investor mindset.